UPMC has been in the headlines in recent days for a bunch of things, but more recently about the protests that poured into the street over pay and benefits for lower wage workers. At the same time, our region's largest private employer has been gearing up to give what could be a big boost to dozens of minority-owned businesses in Pittsburgh and beyond. UPMC has decided to introduce them to other big companies in hopes that by making matches, they can become customers and the minority-owned businesses can grow. Rob DeMichiei is the Chief Financial Officer at UPMC, and with him, Horrace Britton, President of CDI Printing. And welcome. Good to have you both here.
Good to be here.
Yeah, I'm going to come back at the end, Rob, to talk a little bit about the protests and that whole issue. But what you're trying to do here on the minority business side is something that's very unusual.
Well, this is something that actually came about, Bill, you know, about a year ago. We had a corporate equity and inclusion roundtable down at Duquesne University, and as a result of that was sponsored by BPEP and Tim Stevens, we had agreed to share our diverse supplier list with the business community. And so in thinking through that, we thought better than just sending out an email list, let's actually have a get-together where we bring our suppliers in with the rest of corporate Pittsburgh to get together and actually meet face-to-face and have a discussion about business opportunities. So we actually think this is something unique and a real opportunity to grow our diverse suppliers.
Well, it's a good point. I mean, these lists are out there. There's some great organizations. I think of the African American Chamber. I think of the Western Pennsylvania Minority Supplier Diversity Council. They've got lists. There's a lot of lists of really good minority suppliers. I've never heard about this a single customer kind of stepping up to say these companies are ready to go. Horrace, is this really a big deal?
Yes, Bill. Well, I'm a member of both those organizations. And the Collaboration for Growth, in my opinion, is the most significant venue for the development and introduction of minority businesses, you know, to the Pittsburgh area. It's Pittsburgh's history type affair. One of the things that we're very fortunate with is that UPMC has chosen to step up to involve those conversations that have gone on for years about, okay, how do we do this? What do we do? What happens? And all of the members of the chamber, all the members of the development council, you know, are all looking for the work. But when you have a prominent corporation that publicly recommends its vendors, to me, that's the most powerful recommendation.
So that's really what's different here.
Yeah, Bill, these suppliers are battle tested. They've been doing great work for UPMC for years. They are competitive on cost and quality, and so they've done a great job for us. There's no reason they can't do a great job for the rest of the business community in Western Pennsylvania. So, you know, this is really a unique synergy of matching up supply and demand. It is always difficult to find qualified, battle-tested, proven, diverse suppliers, so we've got a ready list and an opportunity to make them available. What we're hoping for is we want these diverse businesses to not just survive, but actually to thrive. And so by adding new customers, even if they get 2 or 3 new customers from this event, we want them to be able to add employees, to pay down debt, to invest in property and equipment for their businesses. So again, it's about actually having them thrive and not just get by.
And it would make a big difference, I mean, you're in the printing business, Horrace, to pick up a couple of more UPMCs as customers really meaningful to businesses like yours?
Oh yes, I probably would retire a little earlier if that would happen. But when you look at the program, when you look at the event, you know, this introduction, this showcasing of minority businesses, you know, by UPMC, you know, to the other corporations. What it does, Bill, is it puts a view, it makes us look dependable. It envisions that they are qualified, and it actually legitimizes the fact that we are certified, capable minority vendors.
I want to come back and get the timing and everything, but before I do that, I do have to ask you about, obviously in the headlines this week, some traffic issues in downtown Pittsburgh because of the protests over compensation for low-wage employees at UPMC. Are you guys taking this seriously? Or this?
Well, Bill, you know, this is something, we've actually had unions at UPMC for 40 years. We've got hundreds of unionized employees. So this is an employee choice. You know, the protest this week was with the SEIU, and it was literally, as we know, hundreds of SEIU folks from out of town that were brought in. There were other unions. So what we're focused on is our employees and engaging our employees in a meaningful way. We've got to have the best and the brightest, whether it's doctors, nurses, service workers, finance people. We've got to have the best and the brightest. To do that, we've got to have competitive wages, competitive benefits, and a great workplace for folks to want to come to work. So we're focusing on that. We're working towards that. There is a process for a union to become organized, and our employees are free to do that. But it's incumbent upon us to engage our employees in a meaningful way and make it a great place to work. So we're moving forward.
Yeah, you feel like you're already doing that. You're already competitive in terms of wages.
We are. Again, we compete again for the best doctors, the best nurses. We compete for the service workers against the rest of Western Pennsylvania, and we put a competitive benefits package in place, competitive wages, paid time off. We want it to be, and we think it is a place where people want to be, and that's what we have to continue to focus on.
Okay, well, great. Speaking of other focuses, again, the Supplier Diversity Collaboration for Growth coming up on March 20th at the Doubletree, is that right?
Yes. Doubletree, 3:30. There's still time to register. We are expecting approximately 100 suppliers, and we'd like to get up to 100 or more corporations. So we think there's a fantastic synergy here to get together with our suppliers with the rest of Western Pennsylvania.
And so really, any company that would be interested in identifying really good minority suppliers should probably attend
Absolutely
this event,
welcome
right?
to attend.
Okay, how do they get a hold of it?
A couple ways. They can call us directly. We have a website. We'll give the information to that, the UPMC website as well. So there's plenty of time to register, a quick process to register, and we're hoping again to have hundreds attend.
This really is a first of its kind, and hopefully it'll open the door to a lot of other businesses.
We're looking forward to that, Bill.
Appreciate it.
Thanks
a
Bill.
Thank
lot.
you.
And we'll be back in a minute with a little dollars and cents. Stay with us.